Oh, there we go. Hello, everybody. It's time. EBRL Week 1, Lobby number 1. Starting off strong, as you can see, Old Lobby is back. You guys get to see the names of the players, because that actually matters. And this lobby got some heavy hitters. Naza, Death, Bonz, Benjimon, Antares, Snug, Squidy, Mileve. It's going to be a good start. Good first match. And I'm going to waste no time getting right into it. Let's do it. The map rotation for this week for both of these lobbies: WNA Academy, Eagle City, Shinobi City, Fort, Riverdale, Croissant Arena. Just going right down in order. And last but not least, I am here by myself. So you will be dealing with me, my analysis, and everything in between. World Ninja Academy to kick this one off. And I think, obviously, as most 100% of people probably know, if you're watching this lobby right now, or if you know what has been going on, the person to watch is this guy. This guy, Death, and he's wasting no time already. Starting off strong, getting an early KO on Snug. Death is the person to watch in the BR League. A lot of people have, said that he is the GOAT, Katana GOAT player. Other people have said that, oh, well, he's clearly overrated. He's not as good as, he says he is. But, now's the time. We'll see. Mileve, though, will come through with the third party. Will actually find the Epon. Death getting jumped by 2 extreme motors. Probably the worst situation that any player could find themselves in. Very unfortunate. I think the other story about this lobby too, Benjimon and Naza, both in this lobby, number 1 and number 2 last season during the finals. It's really the projected between them who's going to come out on top in this lobby, and we'll actually end up seeing. One of the big things to note is that Naza is on the bird drill, which is something we don't normally see. Benjimon will win the parry versus Antares. Very, very unfortunate, but Snug with the motor will come through. We'll just collect the KO check on Benjimon. And one thing to note, I don't know if you saw the scoreboard, no Shinobi cards is the name of the game in the BR League. No Shinobi cards for the entire season. We'll see which players, have really good fundamentals on their weapons, and, which players are carried by Shinobi cards. But I think almost every single one of these players who is in this league right now, what a conversion coming out of Antares, really solid. And we'll get the conversion on Bonz as well. Solid play overall. Antares coming out strong. But I was saying, all of these players, I think, except for Death, have played without any Shinobi cards in a competitive setting. So it's really only Death that truly has to adjust. Antares and Death squaring off right here. Neither one of them wants to actually give up. Positioning over this drone. Antares commits charging slash first, but through all that positioning, Benjimon just slides in with the sweet ride, one-shots the drone, and goes about their business. Benjimon once again getting attacked by Snug, but Mileve is there. A little bit of BR syndrome as the whole lobby somehow ending up in that one area. Death will get taken out as the motor and the bird drill. Mileve and Naza will walk away from that one alive. Naza will secure that drone as well, even though Mileve was pressuring accordingly. And Mileve actually in first place right now in this lobby. We'll see if they can maintain it. They're on top of Epon Master as well, just playing really, really solidly. Bumpy Accelerator does come out. Bonz is able to play around it. Mileve does end up getting tagged. Bonz in a little bit of trouble. The balloon's coming down. Not fully capitalized on by Naza as Mileve finds himself back into a corner. Naza and Bonz still pressuring. Naza, though, gets away. Mileve will walk away as Bonz still looking for this pressure. Knows they're tagged by gum damage. We'll get the short bind. We'll be able to collect the check. Bonz tags another Epon on their score. Death goes down as well as Squidy now taking first place. Naza with the falling hitbox of here and there does manage to tag Squidy, but to no avail. Snug will collect the Epon on Squidy. I'm assuming that was either out of parry or just a recent gumbind. Antares looking for Benjimon, and Bonz won't actually be able to find it as Snug with the extreme motor will come through and find it. Naza with the horse will end up taking out Snug with a really early deactivation of this horse, as Bonz staring at this tornado. Charging slash will do it. Should see it right here. Tornado come through. What a wonderful conversion by Bonz. Antares will go down. 23 seconds left as Bonz under pressure. But the horse, once again, I believe that was Mileve, No, Snug with the horse does come through. We'll collect, I think, 2 E-pawns. Mileve and Snug now caught in a parry. Good dash out, but doesn't dash out far enough as the wide attack, as the wide attack coming out of the extreme motor will collect the E-pawn. And Mileve with 5 E-pawns at the top of the charts in WNA Academy. Wow. 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 Really solid play by Mileve. Dominating this first lobby, actually. Coming out of, you know, both qualifiers, you know, found themselves out in semifinals. Qualifier number 1, qualifier number 2 found them. They're out in semifinals and quarterfinals number 1 by 300 points. Second time around, they were in grands, fell short of 4th place by 1,000 points. So ended up getting invited towards the back end, you know, because we believe that they would be able to translate that ability. The potential that they're shown is, you know, what we wanted to see it on the big stage. And I mean, talk about showing out in the first game. Mileve cruising on top of the chart. In the meantime, map number 2, gonna go over to Eagle City. Potential weapon swap. Oh, I mean, I say potential weapon swaps. These players don't have a choice. You must switch weapons after every map. We are not. No one tricks allowed in this format. You have to have at least another weapon in the back pocket, and we'll see if things can change. Mileve staring down the drill. Snug swapping the spinner. Bonz looking at the bird drill. Antares will switch from Epoch Katana to Corn. Squidy goes from caliber to drill. Death actually picking up the extreme motor, something that I personally have not seen, but we'll see how effective it can be. Naza as well will make the switch over from bird drill to extreme motors, and Benjimon wrap things up. Will switch from the ninja carpet to the scrap saber. Wow, that was a little bit of a mouthful there, but I think nothing too surprising. The only surprising thing coming out of the weapon swaps is death on the extreme motor. I believe last time they played Battle Royale in a competitive setting, Abyss League, their secondary was the caliber. Kind of a weapon that a lot of the, you know, Ippon Katana mains end up picking up as a side piece. You know, Death had a caliber, Shinobi had a caliber, X-Man had a caliber, I'm pretty sure Slay had a caliber. I think, well, yeah, I think that's about all of it. But either way, everyone locking in their weapons is going to get into this game number 2 on Eagle. Right now, Mileve sitting really, really pretty on top, so it's going to, I think, a lot of people's surprise, actually. You know, I don't think out of everyone in this lobby, I don't think there were a lot of people who would expect that Mileve would not only win that lobby, but win that lobby, like, by a decent amount. 1,000 over Benjimon, and I think 3,000 over the 4th place person. So really solid start. We'll see if they can continue it on. Eagle City, one of the least favorite BR maps out there, full of despair if you can't find any drones during the first rotation. We'll see if, you know, we'll see who ends up getting lucky, and we'll see who ends up not. And the main thing about this map in particular, this top part of the platform, really risky to go up, because 9 times out of 10 in most games, players will find themselves fighting up there. Snug, first strike, normal attack, gumnet. But that's too much knockback. The normal attack, firing the lockback, spin hitbox actually gets picked up as Mileve, as Mileve will actually end up turning around that situation. Really solid play overall. They'll ignore the little bit of the fiesta going on over there. Death does end up getting taken out early. Antares does get bound, I believe. They do end up getting taken down. Benjimon in a lot of trouble, but once again, Mileve with the third party. Doesn't quite get the grenade conversion, but does stop Snug from being able to pick up that Ippon. Snug, second time now, a potential Ippon has been interrupted, and a BR Syndrome in full effect in this corner. Death under a lot of pressure. Snug will pick up Naza. Squidy actually ends up coming out on top, taking out Mileve and Death, I believe, in the process. The 2-for-1 deal. BR Syndrome the incessant grouping, the incessant and unnecessary grouping of a large number of players in one distinct location. And that is the definition that I have assigned to that, and you'll see it a lot this season. Dragon will take out Bonz, and Antares will pick up that Epon scoreboard. Naza in first place. Antares has Epon Master with 2. And I think the other thing too, which is why the Scrap Saber pick is really solid, as Naza will end up picking up that Gumbind. Naza won't actually be able to finish off Benjimon or Snug, even though both of them were bound. Benjimon will just have to pop the disco just to survive. It will let them get out of this situation for the most part. Really good Gum Dash to get out of the way of that. Benjimon surviving for the time being. Doesn't quite get the Froggy Block conversion. Does manage to secure the drone though. And I mean, that's really the main thing that they're looking for. Death will find Bonz in the process. Snug continue to farm away in 8th place right now, but to no fault of their own, as Squidy will end up taking out Naza. Epon picked up, but you know, Snug in 8th place, no fault of their own. I mean, getting 2 Epons of theirs interrupted early on in the game by Mileve definitely doesn't set a good precedent. Death just absolutely melts Squidy's Gum Guard. Squidy will almost 100% be taken down. No Epon, but KOs are worth a lot nonetheless, especially in this format. Bumpy Accelerator does come through. Benjimon does get picked up. Death cruising, as Antares will actually pick up another Epon off of the back of Death's Bumpy Accelerator. Antares now in a lot of trouble, but the horse coming through from Naza F21 will find both Death and Antares. Naza 3 Epons down by 1. Death actually having Epon Master at this current moment of time, but Naza sitting at the top of the ladder. In the meantime, Benjimon with Epon Master cruising along. Benjimon does find Mileve. Death will pick up this drone. A little bit of a U-turn action going on by both of these players. Bumpy Accelerator comes through. Mileve in a lot of trouble. Break Attack comes through, but Mileve does not S-burst in any capacity. Mileve, last vestiges of Punishing Blade does come through. Snug will be able to pick up Death with the Tornado conversion. As Naza now on the Bumpy Accelerators. The Punishing Blade from Mileve. Okay, that was the Punishing Blade from Mileve. The former must have been just a Gum Grenade. Mileve's Punishing Blade does get interrupted. BR Syndrome occurring at the bottom of the map, as Benjimon will try to pick up Death. Naza instead will pick up that check, but Squidy with the Punishing Blade will find 1. Snug will clean up though, as they've moved themselves into 5th place. Only a couple seconds left. Last vestiges. Naza still on top. 9-4. Death though does have Epon Master. Benjimon will pick up Drone Master. As a little bit of switching around going on regarding the placements of these players, but projected top 2. Well, I guess projected top 3 is Death's Epon Master will give them 2nd place in this lobby by technicality. Going by the massive melee rules, Epon Master worth 2,000 points instead of 1,000. Death will collect themselves a 2nd place. Naza will take 1st place in this lobby, back on the extreme motor. Definitely something a little bit more comfortable for them, and it really did show. On to map number 3, Shinobi City, and we'll see if players have a 3rd weapon in the books, or they're just going to swap back, stick with 2 weapons. Mileve looks to be doing so. Extreme Motor coming out, and Antares as well, going back to that Epon Katana. Benjimon actually staring down an Extreme Motor, probably sees the 1 million Extreme Motors in these games, and is like, you know what? I'm a great player. I can play these too, and I can do well on this. And probably going to see an effect here on this map. Squidy will go back to the Caliber. Death will go back to the Epon Katana. Bonz, we'll see what they end up swapping. Naza as well, I'm interested. There's almost no shot that he's going anything other than Extreme Motor Bird Drill, I think. I would be really surprised if I did see a drum beat coming out of Naza. DJ Scratch, that's the other alternative, yes. DJ Scratch, really solid in this map in particular. Bonz will pick up the Extreme Motor, as Snug staring on the Asakusa. Kind of surprised that they're not deciding to go back to the Extreme Motor, but I mean, come on, 1 million motor weapons in this lobby, 4 motor weapons in this lobby, 3 Extreme Motors. I mean, good luck. You know, we talk about the metagame and how strong Extreme Motor is. I mean, come on now, you you can't get any more obvious than this one. a little bit of a interesting scenario for our fair members. I honestly feel really bad for Snug, because this lobby is going to be an absolute hellscape for them, having to deal with 4 bumpy accelerators, 2 Ippon katanas, and an overpowering wave with essentially nothing but, like, you know, a small little yo-yo and like a I don't even know what to call Gum Searcher. That thing is, I mean, it's 40 damage, but like, come on now. Compared to everything else in this lobby, really scary situation for Snug. I mean, he's not just simply based on how the metagame is right now. Snug not projected to do well in this lobby, but we'll see if they can flip the script in teams at the very least. You know, you see some success out of Asakusa. By some, I mean like Yayon 4 and I think he's 4-0 or 4-1. I think on. It's either 5-0 or 4-1 on Asakusa right now in teams, doing pretty well for themselves. BR a little bit of a different game though, as you can actually deal with multiple extreme motors and that you have to actually deal with multiple extreme motors in a game. But we'll see if Snug can exclamation mark adapt as usual. Death emoting in the pool. Mileve completely whiffs. Absolutely whiffs the break attack as one of the funniest things I think I've seen. Oh my goodness. Death will get KO'd by Benjimon though. So close, but so far away from being able to take it from the extreme motor. This is going to be really difficult for everyone who is an extreme motor player, as Mileve will end up picking up the KO on Benjimon thanks to the wide attack coming out from this extreme motor. Will collect this drone as well, as they will sling themselves into second place. Bumpy Accelerator does come through from Naza. Doesn't quite find the KO. Bonz here now. Naza under a lot of pressure. Will get taken out. Bonz now under pressure by Mileve. Mileve will Bumpy Accelerator expecting an S-Burst, but no S-Burst from Bonz means no Ippon either. Missed out on an opportunity, but I think early stages of the game, not too bad, all things considered. Benjimon will get engaged on BR Syndrome, currently happening. Bonz horse will come out as expected. Death will get taken down by the horse. I mean, not much you can do about that in that situation other than, you know, mind control your mind control everyone in the lobby not to collapse on you every single time. Snug has Shinobi Beast ready and available, but Shinobi Beast don't have as much value as they would like. Staring out Antares, chooses not to actually fight, kind of just gives up the drone in the process. It's a tough situation. We'll be able to take this drone. Does get bound though. The tornado from Antares will take out Naza in the process as Snug. We'll just sit there, Shinobi Beast, bound. Will collect Antares at the end of the day. I mean, that's got to be a little bit unlucky. Doesn't actually pick up Bonz. Bonz just barely able to dodge out of the way of that last Shinobi Beast swing. Snug definitely not happy that they couldn't pick that one up. In the meantime, Naza will expect the Bumpy Accelerator, will punish accordingly. Goodbye, Bonz. Benjimon. Well, what's going on? Benjimon will dash out of the parry. Gets tagged by the Gum Searcher from Snug, but, you know, no harm, no foul. Snug getting pressured by Benjimon as well. Wide attack does. Sorry, back attack. Man, wide attack misses. Don't worry, caster by the way. Benjimon is in first place though, for the time being at least, contesting with Antares surprisingly, but not surprisingly as well. The motors are kind of just eating each other. Bumpy Accelerator does come through. Benjimon will prioritize getting this drone. Death will fall. Antares will pick up Mileve as they're cruising. Ippon Master right now with about a minute left. Oh, about to get the conversion on Benjimon, but will get taken out by Snug. The horse will come out from Bonz, and it will collect how many people? 3? Eesh. BR Syndrome, once again, getting spotted in these horses, man, causing all kinds of headaches for everyone in this lobby. Snug does find Bonz. Break attack comes through. No full conversion as Death actually ends up finding Squidy. Will be able to collect the Ippon before the Bumpy Accelerator comes through, but, you know, Bonz will successfully collect the Ippon on Death. The extreme motor 101. Bonz, I believe, has Ippon Master now definitively. Bumpy Accelerator does beat out overpowering wave as Squidy Probably not too pleased. The tornado from Death, though, will get revenge. Bonz will get taken out. Benjimon actually taken out by that tornado as well. Snug will pick up Antares with the Shinobi Beast. And with 5 seconds left, and last second Epon's trying to come through. But at the end of the day, Death with 5 Epons collects Epon Master. And I believe that will give them the first place in the lobby. Oh my goodness. Oh my good golly gee. Wow. Epon Master coming out of Death. They will be able to secure first place in this lobby. Shinobi City. You know, a little bit of a interesting map. Extreme Motors really tried their best, but Epon Katana Diff coming in strong. And Terra's also having a pretty solid performance. 4th place above Bonz and Mileve and the Extreme Motors. So, you know, man, maybe Extreme Motors balanced after all. Anyway, Death. Definitely pleased. That is, what, a 2nd place and a 1st place. Definitely making up for that 8th place game number 1. Turning things around for the better as we move on to map number 4. We're moving fast here. Map number 4, Croissant Arena. And we'll see the weapon swaps. Actually, was Mileve on DJ Scratch that last game? I'm pretty sure they did end up locking in the Extreme Motor. I mean, we'll see. We'll see based on. Wait, did I say? Is it Fort Riverdale? Oh, it is Fort Riverdale. I lied. It is Fort Riverdale instead of Croissant. Fort Riverdale does end up getting picked up. Tournament organizer, by the way. As weapon swaps gonna come in. What? What am I? Yo, what? Snug Epon Katana. There's no way this is real. This isn't real. This isn't real. This isn't real. There's no way that's real, right? Has to be. There's no way. Okay. Interesting. Well, I've never seen this before. So we will, you know, we'll have the first time viewing experience together. In the meantime, Naza will pick up the Extreme Motor. Death will go back to the Extreme Motor. Squidy will go back to the Drill. Epon Katana picked up by Bonz, I believe, and Terra. No, and Terra going Paper Fan here as they went Epon Katana last game. Carpet once again picked up by Benjimon. DJ Scrouch picked up by Mileve, and Snug does block in the Epon Katana. I have never in my life seen that before. I don't even know what a man. I don't even know what a Snug Epon Katana looks like. What? What in the blue earth? I mean, Snug did say he'd give me content, and I guess this is content nonetheless. So we'll have the viewing experience together in that regard. As we're getting things started on Fort Riverdale, as Snug getting pressured early. Squidy will actually end up reversing the situation on Death. Break attack does come through from Death. It does whiff as both combatants will just walk away, all with negative HP. Death will end up picking up the drone. Benjimon, though, will be able to collect the KO. Will turn the situation around. In the meantime, Squidy cruising along. 2 drones now, looking for the 3rd. Everything looking pretty solid out of them to start off this match. Probably one of the best starts you can ask for, other than an early Epon and an early drone. So we'll see if they can continue the momentum. Antares and Death squaring things away on the bottom side of the map. No Gum Guard for Antares. He's in a really bad spot, especially against Extreme Motor. Gum Guard comes back up though. Charging Slash does come through. Antares will be able to pick up the KO on Death. Solid all around. This first ninjutsus starting to come out of these players. Tornado available for Benjimon as they're just going to continue to cruise along. Snug Epon Katana a little bit behind. Doesn't have ninjutsu yet. Death will actually come in, pick up The Epon, a little bit of third-party action coming in clutch. Punishing Blade will get popped by Squidy, looking for Bonz. Bonz trying their best to get away from the situation. Does manage to successfully pull off the U-turn. Bonz will pick up the... will not pick up the KO on Squidy. Probably thought better than themselves. They're like, if I go for this, this will whiff and I will die. So let's not. Squidy able to get away, but still didn't get anything from the Punishing Blade. Is definitely not what you're looking for. Antares does end up picking up the Gumball Machine and the KO on Mileve. Death will pick up Snug as well. Is Death doing pretty well for themselves, all things considered? Well, not before the horse from Naza comes through and collects everything. Squidy will pick up the Judgment Gum. And, wow. Mileve getting really unlucky in getting hit by 2 Judgment Gums. That is one of the most unfortunate situations that you can find yourselves in for sure. Second jackpot is up as Death will just collect this one. No Judgment Gum for Squidy this time. Does end up getting picked up by Mileve. Mileve will collect Snug with that Judgment Gum. Squidy now getting pressured by Naza here and there. Does come out. Bumpy Accelerator does come out. And Bumpy Accelerator does in fact beat here and there. Break Attack does come through from Naza as Squidy will get Epon standard conversion from Naza. As Naza now looking for Mileve. Mileve says, this guy, I gotta run. I gotta get out of here. Bumpy Accelerator from Mileve does end up beating Naza. But Naza... oh my god. Naza does not quite get out of the way of the discos. Mileve able to turn the situation around wonderfully. In the meantime, though, Snug will actually pick up the Epon on Mileve towards the back end of things. Death now. Gonna take this. She's drawn to the bottom of the map. It does have the horse ready and available. And the third-party alarms are blaring. Potentially. Could see a massive tornado. Scoreboard, Naza solidly in first place. Epon Master picked up. Benjimon Drone Master by 3, so that might as well be out of the equation. 20 seconds left, still staring down, and this is just a matter of getting points for getting placing. It's too late for... oh, this horse gonna come in huge for Death. Will collect an Epon. Will get them out of the situation alive. Definitely what you want to see, especially when you know you need every point you can get. But Naza with the 9 drone, 7 Epon performance on 8,000 points will take this game solidly, dominating the lobby. 3,000 more points than the next, or 2,000 more points than the next closest person before bonuses. With bonuses, 4,000. So Naza dominant all around, will pick up the game number 4 victory. And Naza now about one good game away from being able to secure this first place. Had a little bit of a rough start with the bird drill, but you know, these extreme motor games really doing wonders. No extreme motor for this game number 5 though, which means they're either going to go back to the bird drill or swap to DJ Scrouch. On Croissant Arena particularly, we'll see if their performance can do them wonders. But there are so many. There are so many motors. There are so many motors in these games. I was like averaging like 3 motors a game. I cannot wait to go through these stats, because it's gonna be really interesting to see if motor ends up being the best performing weapon, or and if motor is actually gonna end up having as high of a win rate as other weapons. Because, like, once again, right, if in case you didn't hear last time I talked about it, right, motor is in a really weird spot where everyone feels the need to pick it up, even though it might not be the best weapon for them to perform on, you know? So, I mean, right now it's looking like, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how I'm really looking forward to seeing how these numbers unfold, but gotta get through this match and the next series. From Beat Jungle and Shinobi, that second lobby. See, I don't even remember tournament organizer, by the way. Seal, Mango, Lucario, Foglio, Kulu, Blur, Asbiel, Dia, Jiro. Gotta get through that lobby. That's coming up very. Oh my. What? Huh? Naza locking the drum beat as their weapon swap. I never thought I'd see the day. I really felt strongly about Naza not using drum beat. You know, when with the way that they've talked about it, and with the way that it's kind of played out. Me personally playing it myself, in a decent amount of games, it definitely is the weapon that kind of feels like the worst weapon in the game. In Battle Royale specifically, because it's so slow, and I mean you end up playing teams in BR because you just end up setting up E-pawns for everyone else. But Naza, the best in the business at it, out of every player in the BR League, so we'll see if they'll be able to execute it. Other weapon swaps, Extreme Motor will come out from Mileve, E-pawn Katana, or Drill will come out from Bonz, E-pawn Katana out from Death, Squidy will go back to the Caliber, and Antares will lock in the Scroll Blade. Benjimon, I don't remember what Benjimon swapped to. I'm a caster, by the way. Snug will go back to the E-pawn Katana. Mileve will be on the Extreme Motor. And what did Benjimon swap to? I don't remember. Extreme Motor. Yes. Extreme Motor, right? I have to be right. If I'm right, just kidding. I'm not. Nothing happens if I'm right. Am I right though? I am correct. Extreme Motor does come out from Benjimon. Game number 5. We'll see who ends up on top. Death, once again, same conversion that they started off the day with on the same person that they started off the day, getting an early KO on, or at least trying to. Mileve will get taken down. And Death right now has a super solid shot. I think with a really dominant, they need a dominant win to take first. I mean, that Naza game number 4 was absolutely insane from them comparatively, so Death needs a game like that to match, but they're definitely in a decent position to be able to take first place. Naza will get the KO on Antares as Drumbeat now squaring down against this entire lobby. Oh my god, the gum grenade. There are so many people bound in this location. Benjimon not going to be able to get any of them in the process, as Death and Benjimon just going to square away. No break attack will come through, and Benjimon does successfully drop their gum guard. Gum shot comes through from Naza. Echoing Scream does whiff in the process. Death will pick up the drone. Will dodge the second gum shot coming out from Naza. Break attack does come through. Not going to find a full conversion. Gum shot does come through. Will super launch them away. Echoing Scream will find Death in the process. Dragon will come through. Death will go down with a little bit of third partying coming out from Antares. Solid play overall from Naza to be able to make sure that E-pawn went their way. In the meantime, Squidy getting pressured by Antares will get the solid bind. Back attack comes through. The horse, though, late coming through from Mileve, not able to pick up the E-pawn. Will pick up the drone, though, but Antares, I'm sure, not too upset about that. Will just charging slash right into the fray, and I mean, the tornado from Snug, I believe, will end up taking them out. That's just unfortunate, all things considered. Punishing Blade is out from Squidy, probably going to end up being used to farm for the most part. I think at this stage in the game, it's okay. Second time around, we'll let things rock. In the meantime, though, Death, big weapon, in first place, everything going their way for the time being. We'll see if they can continue the momentum. Finds a target, being Bonz. Please, don't do it, Mileve. Mileve. Oh, alright. Mileve doesn't cost both themselves and Death their life due to not improper target recognition, and Death will actually end up picking up another KO on Mileve as they will pick up this drone in particular. Naza in 4th place right now, probably not doing as well as they hoped, but again, playing this kind of weapon in this kind of environment, not the easiest thing to do in any capacity. Death once again taking out Mileve, taunting just a little bit, feeling themselves, which is not a good sign for a lot of these players. Oh my goodness, Antares with the play will collect Death with a really wonderful gumbind and take out Benjimon in the process due to their S-burst. Death really good, Antares really good momentum play. Death getting punished a little bit, their momentum getting stalled just a tiny little bit. Bonz and Snug squaring off. Snug gonna do the U-turns, do the circles, not gonna find the opening on Bonz though. Bonz playing really strong. Break attack does come through. Bonz trying to home in, but gets caught behind the wall. Snug says, I gotta get out of here. as Mileve will just pop the horse to collect the drone. Everyone who gathered there now has to leave, as there's nothing left for them to do. Last couple seconds coming through. 20 seconds left. Death will... Actually, Bonz will get the bind. Death just going into the fray, looking for Mileve. Death will win the parry, but ends up getting taken out, I believe, by the tornado coming out from Snug. Antares will get the bind on Bonz. Target recognition. We'll see if they'll be able to actually pick it up. Snug really felt the need to allow Bonz to live, but Bonz will end up getting taken down. Naza not having the game they would have hoped and just barely missing on an Epon Master by 1. Snug will pick up Epon Master with 5 Epons, I believe, on the Shinobi Spinner. Last second tornado really coming in clutch, as they'll end up taking second place in this lobby due to the MMM bonus. Death will move down to third. Benjimon will take first place, and that'll be that for this lobby in particular. Really, really solid play overall from all of these players. Really interesting game number 1. I'm excited to tally up scores, but I will do that on my own time. So, these players will patiently wait, and you guys included will patiently wait as I tally up these scores from, in between now and the beginning of the next lobby. So, for the time being, where's my rating room? For the time being, I will see you guys soon. You will get the results of this lobby before the start of the next one. Really good games all around. Don't go anywhere. We will be back in about 12 to 22 minutes for lobby number 2. It's going to be a good one. Don't go anywhere. We will be back very, very, very soon.